Yo, what's good everyone? This is Ayo Boxing with Madiba, and here's my post-fight review for Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo. And my prediction for this fight was pretty much accurate. I had Canelo winning this fight due to Charlo's tendency to back into the ropes, and because Charlo was not acclimated to fighting at 168. But Charlo disappointed me in this fight. I was expecting way more from him. He came there to survive rather than fight, and you can't do that when you're facing Canelo Alvarez. Charlo bit off more than he could chew, and you could tell immediately from the start of the fight because Charlo gave Canelo too much respect. Rather than jabbing and standing his ground like what Mayweather and Bivol did to Canelo, Charlo was using a lot of lateral movement but with no jab. Because of this, Canelo had no real threat or obstacle in his way to close the distance with his pressure. He was cutting off the ring and forcing Charlo back into the ropes early. And once Canelo landed his first few punches on Charlo, which were the right hook to the head and the left hook to the body and head, Charlo became hesitant of Canelo's power and uncomfortable to let his hands go. Charlo's jab was pretty much non-existent in this fight, and he did not commit to his offense. It looked like Charlo was afraid to get countered, which allowed Canelo to walk him down and continuously put him on the ropes, where Canelo would let off precise power punches to the body and head of Charlo. Charlo's solution to this was to clench and smother whenever Canelo closed the distance. However, Canelo was way too strong for Charlo. Charlo was getting out-muscled and in turn getting beat up whenever those situations occurred, especially on the ropes. And after getting dropped in the 7th round by a perfect setup right hand, Charlo was focused on surviving rather than winning. Charlo shit the bed in this fight, and Canelo put on a masterclass of intelligent pressure. This fight proved to me that only special fighters are capable of beating Canelo. And based on how Canelo looked in this fight, it's safe to assume that the injuries that Canelo suffered in the last year and a half had an effect on his prior performances. Still no excuse to him losing to Bivol, but Canelo looks like the dominant version we saw in 2021. Charlo is a good fighter, but he's not special. It's crazy that John Ryder put up a better fight than Charlo, but Ryder was a natural 168 and came to fight while Charlo did not. But you also have to remember that Charlo jumped up 2 weight divisions, but that's still no excuse for him losing like that. In a post-fight interview, Canelo stated that he would fight anyone next, while Charlo said he's returning to 154 and called out Terence Crawford. For Canelo, the winner of Benavidez versus Andre makes the most sense, or a Bivol rematch. But I don't know. I don't know if he's interested in a fight with Crawford now. Crawford is smaller than Charlo, and Canelo may feel that he won't get full credit if he beats Terence Crawford. In my opinion, I think Canelo is too big for Crawford, regardless of skill. I mean, Canelo was out-muscling Jermell Charlo. But Crawford doesn't have the same interest in fighting Charlo anymore because he was disappointed in the performance that Charlo had against Canelo. But if Crawford wants to go for undisputed again, becoming the first 3-division undisputed champion in boxing history, the Charlo fight is there for the taking, and then he can fight Tim Tszyu after that. But who knows, this is boxing. Anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with Ayo Boxing with Madiba. Hit like, subscribe, and more content's coming your way.